Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to start off with moisturizing our lips with the Vaseline Lip Therapy. I'm currently loving this. It keeps my lips very hydrated. And now we're going to use the Smashbox Primerizer. It's new, so it takes me a couple pumps to try to get the product out. Sorry. We're going to just put that all over our face. Now, I already moisturized and put eye cream and all that before this step, so now that we've primed our face, I'm going to use the LA Girl color corrector in green. I have a little redness around my nose and I had a little breakout, so I'm going to be putting it over it just to cancel out the red. I have a lot of the colors. I have the yellow and the orange. I used to do it a lot, color correcting, but since I found the Tarte Shape Tape, I don't really need to use the orange and the yellow under my eyes anymore because it cancels out. Oh, look, there's Riley making an appearance. So much love. And there he goes. Alright, so now we're going to take our foundation. I use the True Match, L'Oreal True Match in W5 and W6. I mix them together, so I'm just dotting them. I'm dotting the lighter color first, and then I'll dot the darker color on top. I realized later on that I didn't need to use the W5 because I guess I got some color and I could have just done the darker shade, but we'll fix it with bronzer and stuff. And my lighting was messing with me, so it's like in and out with the color. Now we're just going to take a damp beauty blender and dab it all around to get the foundation. Spread it out and take it down your neck. Don't forget your neck. You don't want any harsh lines there. You want everything to be seamless. Okay, so just fast forward a little bit. We're going to use the Morphe M439 Deluxe Buffing Brush. Sorry if you hear my kids in the background. Just to blend it out on the hairline and the neck area for more of an airbrush finish. This is really good for buffing out the foundation. Now we're going to prime our eyes with the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm in the color medium. Using this because it'll cancel a little bit of my darkness on my eyelids. I'm using the Morphe M335 brush to buff out that concealer. It's really good for buffing out concealer. I use it majority for smoothing out my concealer under my eyes, and then I'll go over with a beauty blender to blend it a little bit more. You'll see that later on how I do that. Now we're going to set the eyes. I'm going to use the Kat Von D brightening powder. I know it's a brightening powder for under the eyes, but I do use it as a setting powder for my eyelids because it is a yellow tone. So it'll cancel out a little bit more of the darkness that I have on my eyes. And then I'm using a Real Techniques setting brush for that. Now, just showing you the color scheme that I'm going for. Those are the Morphe eyeshadows. We're going to use the Hello, you had me at hello, sorry, ColourPop shadow palette. I'm going to be using the color Fool's Rush just to apply all over the eyelid. I'm going to start at the crease with a Morphe, sorry if you hear me juggling over here, Morphe M505 brush to blend that out all over the eyelid and crease area. Now we're going to go into a little bit of a darker shade of the in the Morphe eyeshadows. We'll be using the color Bridesmaids. I'm still actually working with You Had Me at Hello palette with the Fool's Rush. Can't blend enough. So yeah, now we're taking the Bridesmaid color and we're going to use that in the outer corner of the eye and the inner corner of the eye. Going for like a halo effect, where the middle will be more bright and pops out in pictures or just in the look in general. So yeah, so we'll take that color on the corner and the inner corner with, sorry, let me see, which brush did I use? Okay, I used a Morphe M443 brush for that. I'm just putting that in that outer, I'm sorry, the inner corner and outer corner. And then I'll take the brush we were using in the beginning to blend everything out and blend it together. Alright, so now I'm taking another fluffy blending brush. It is actually from Sigma. It's the tapered blending E40 brush, just to blend everything out together. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other eye. Sorry, I looked lost there for a second. So now we're going to go into our Jaclyn Hill palette. We're going to take the color Faint, and we're going to put that in the center of the lid, where, I don't know if you saw, I have no color really, barely in the middle. We're going to spray the brush with some setting spray, just so that color could pop a little bit more than it being dry. So we'll put it on the center of the eyelid. I'm using, I believe it's still another Morphe M433 brush to pat that in the center of the lid, and then I'll take the blending brush again and just blend the crease so it's seamless together and not too harsh. So we'll just continue to blend, and then I'll put some more color just to intensify the surrounding colors so that could pop in the middle. I'll just blend a little bit out more. See how that just went boop. Super bright. I'll do it on the other eye. Just taking that Sigma brush again to blend everything out. I know the corners of the eyes look crazy, but we will clean that up in a little bit with concealer. Now for lashes, we're going to put a couple coats of mascara. That's the Maybelline, I think it's called the Big Colossal. Is it Big Colossal? Oh no, sorry. The Colossal Big Shot mascara. And just a few coats of that, just so that they will blend with the lashes. The lashes that I have are the Christina lashes. I got them from Amazon. I believe they were like $6. So we'll take the lash duo and then the Sephora eyelash tweezer. I put a thin coat on the lash line of the lashes, and then I just wiggle it to dry it a little bit so it can get tacky. And that tweezer is amazing. Like, without it, I don't think I would be able to put them on. But I learned quickly with the tweezers, they make it a lot easier than your fingers. I use a mixture of both my fingers and the tweezers. So right now I'm just grabbing the lash and pushing it in and pinching it with my lashes so it's more seamless. And I go in and I just push in to make sure that it is sticking to my lash line. They're very wispy, these lashes, I would say. I was watching a video with Nicole Guerrero, and she uses those lashes. So, yeah, like I said, I bought a pair. I think it came with 6 or more. I'm not sure, for about $6 to $8 on Amazon, which is pretty good. And you could probably reuse them once or twice. Now for the other eye. It's funny because I can do one eye faster than the other. So we'll do the same thing, just pinching it and pushing it into the corner. I start in the middle and then I connect the end and then the inner corner, or vice versa. And I just clamp everything together and push in to make sure they are on. Okay, now we're just gonna put some mascara on the lashes just to blend our natural lashes with the falsies. Just a couple of coats, just so that they blend together. Okay, so now we'll go in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I'm in the color medium. We'll put that in sort of a triangle shape underneath the eyes. This concealer is bomb. Like, there is no other. I was telling you guys in the beginning that I used to color correct with the LA Girl color correctors in orange and yellow. I don't need to do that anymore. This covers everything, literally. So I'm going to take the Morphe concealer brush that I was using before, just to blend them out, blend out that concealer. This gives you a little bit of more of a full coverage look with the brush. It applies it a little bit more full coverage. I mean, the concealer itself is full coverage, but it just makes it a little bit more, just looks better. So I'm just blending it out. And then I can also use the concealer to clean up the outer corner of the eye look. So see how it just looks more cleaner than it did before. Then I'll go in with the damp beauty blender just to blend it out a little bit more so it's seamless. And I go up the bridge of my nose because I just don't want any harsh lines. Everything to look like it blends together. I'm going to take more of the concealer. I know right now it looks like it covered everything, but to me, when I was looking into the mirror, I could still see the darkness in the under eye, so that's why I'm putting more. And then I'm going again with the brush, just patting it out so that it's a little bit more full coverage under there. And then I'll go again with the beauty blender just to blend out any of the concealer that's been in the crease. And also, you don't want to set creases in with your setting powder. So we'll continue to blend out with the beauty blender, and then afterwards I will take the yeah, I am a blending freak. So yeah, there's the brush that I was using before for the foundation. And I just blend out the outer part of the where I put the concealer. I don't put it I don't do the brush like right closer to the eye, just on the outskirts of the concealer where I put it. And then now we're setting the under eye. I use another damp beauty blender separate, and then I've been using the AirSpun translucent full coverage setting powder for underneath the eye, and then I'll take it and set my entire face with that as well, just so that the product doesn't move. And then there I almost messed up and used the beauty blender first instead of the brush. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, same exact steps. I had something there that I needed to take out. So yeah, so same exact steps on the other side. So now I'm going to take a Real Techniques brush. I believe this is a dual fiber brush. And I just clean off the excess powder with that. I use that brush for blending as well. Now we're going to take the Kat Von D brightening setting powder for under the eyes. It's in the shade Golden. This is what I use to set my my lid before doing the eyeshadow. It's supposed to brighten the under eye as well as cancel out any darkness as well. And I just bring it into, you know, my under eyes and the bridge of my nose and the middle of my brows and my chin, and then I'll wipe any excess powder off as well. And now we're gonna contour with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro contouring. I think that's my first time using it. Yeah, this was my first time using it. I was watching a video of Nicole Guerrero and she was using it and it looked really nice. I'm not mad at it. I like it. I rarely actually contour. I have so many contouring palettes, but this one was pretty cheap. But yeah, so we're just contouring the forehead. I'm peeling. I was just noticing that. I didn't see that before. So, like on my hairline, I was peeling. Take it down to the neck, the jawline, and then down the side of the nose. And I believe that is a Real Techniques contouring brush as well. Now we're going to do bronzer on top. It's this Sephora bronzer. That one is actually discontinued. It's one of my favorite bronzers. I think I paid $11 for it because it was no longer going to be an item. So I use that one like sparingly because I love it so much, and they're not bringing it back. It's one of their I think it's their duo baked bronzer. But yeah, so just doing the neck, the jawline, and then I take it down the bridge of the nose as well. So now we're going to highlight, that's the Wet n Wild highlighters. I like to highlight before I put the blush on because it makes it a little bit more seamless. So I just take it into a C shape above my brow and then down my cheekbone. Yes, girl. The highlights are so pretty. I'll put all the names of the products that I use on the description bar, so if I don't say the exact name, but I will mention it in the description bar. So just do the same thing on the other side in a C shape above the brow, and on the brow bone, above the brow bone, and the cheekbone, and down the bridge of the nose. This highlighter, they're so pretty and so cheap. Now we're gonna do blush. This is the Milani, I think it's a rose blush, and it's in the shade Romantic. This is such a beautiful mauve color. It's like an everyday blush color. Even if you don't even have an eye look, it's really pretty. I'm just adding a little bit more of the, oh girl, look at that, of the highlighter. And now I'm taking that Real Techniques Duo Fiber Brush to blend everything together. So there's nothing that's harsh, and everything looks seamless. And then I'll take the Beauty Blender that I used to bake. I'm not adding any more product, it's whatever's there, and I'll just clean up my contour with that. And then clean it up again with the Duo Fiber Brush. Blend, 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 girl. You cannot not blend enough. So that's the Smashbox primer setting spray. Right now I'm like, no, girl, that's the wrong step. And yeah, we have to do the under eye before we set our face with any spray. So I'm going to take the same colors that we were using for the eyes down on the bottom of the waterline. So that's going to be a mixture of Fool's Rush and Bridesmaids on the lower lash line. Just going to, blow it out on the bottom just to give it that little like liner look, but with the same shadows that we used on the top. Okay, so now that we have that underneath the waterline, we're gonna put some mascara. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Paradise, I want to say. I'll put it down in the description bar. And we're just gonna put mascara on the lower lashes. Okay, now that that's done, I'll just take a spoolie to my brows. I don't really fill my brows in because if you can see, they are thick as hell. Now we're going to set the face with the Smashbox setting spray. And then I take a makeup sponge, a damp one, and then I just press the setting spray into my skin, just so that any of the excess powder it gets picked up, so everything looks nice and airbrushed and not cakey or powdery. Now for lips, I'm going to take a dose of colors. I believe the color is in Stone. This is like my all-time favorite color. This is my second time buying it. The first one I finished. It is my favorite color. It's my favorite every day. Their lipstick is so comfortable to wear as well. Alright guys, so that is the finished look. Hope you guys liked it.